Welcome to Property Mama Adventures in Real Estate, episode 40. We have reached 40 episodes in our first season. This is the season finale. So as each week that we do, we'll share shenanigans about what goes on in the real estate industry. If we've not met before, my name is Wendy Chamberlain and I'm a buyer's agent, buyer's advocate here in Melbourne, Australia. And each week I share about all of the shenanigans that I've seen in nearly 3 decades of buying and selling real estate. So today I just thought I'd share a few funny stories of experiences that we've had with renovating properties and things that have happened. Because you see things when you renovate things. And we've renovated quite a few houses. And there was one property that we renovated which was absolutely filled with mould, and people couldn't even inspect this property. And I was interstate when the property was auctioned, and I actually said to the agent, give me a call if it doesn't sell. Well, it didn't sell, and the property was so badly, infested, had so much mold in the property. We ended up having to get basically the Mr. Mold guy to come in, and I've never seen somebody so excited at the sight of so much mold, because there was 3 points in the house where the mold was coming in. It was from a leaking shower, leaking toilet, and the gutter at the back of the property wasn't high enough, so the water was getting in there. And he was just so excited to get to get in there. So it's properties like that. What I love about renovating homes is you can bring a home back to life, and I can see the grandeur of a property and what it was in its heyday, and I love being able to bring it back to that. So that was one that we renovated. A lot of the mold got cut out. The plaster actually had to be cut away, so it was taken down to the studs, because you just had to take it out. The plaster had to get taken out and it all got replaced. The whole thing got bombed for mold, to get rid of all the mold spores. So you weren't able to, the house was locked up. You weren't able to go into the property for quite a number of days. But it did get rid of the mold. So that was one of the starting point for that particular property. So often in real estate, when it comes to renovating or buying properties to improve, a problem can be equal to a solution, and it can equal money. You can make money from finding problems and resolving them. So that's what I was doing with buying properties, renovating them and flipping them, was finding properties that were a problem and then creating solutions and then on selling it. The other thing I like about buying properties and renovating them and fixing them up is you effectively put them back into the market, because unfortunately people don't always have the vision or the time or the skill or the money to be able to do it. And homes languish unrenovated, unloved, and they get sometimes to the point where they become so derelict you can't save the properties and they get knocked over. And that's a really sad thing, I think, where beautiful homes are not saved. So recently, when a home near to where I live, again, there's telltale signs. They took it was a really rundown home, and the owners had owned it for a very long time. And I noticed that they'd taken the roof off, so all you could see was the timber rafters. And I thought, I wonder what they're doing there. Next thing, the temporary fencing goes around. I went, they're going to knock that house over. That house is going to be knocked over. And you can tell from the outside, it is a beautiful Californian bungalow with stunning features. These beautiful LED light windows, the glass doors. A lot of these homes, the California bungalows, were built in the 1920s, and the detail in these homes is just stunning, with the soaring ceilings, the strapped ceilings. They often would have ceiling roses in the just the ceiling detail, and they'd have beautiful doors. Now, I didn't know who owned this property, so I tapped into my networks, my contacts in the real estate industry, and the person I thought would know who owned this property did know who this property was owned by and sent me the contact details for the person, and I got in touch with them. And I was able to save some of those features from the property. I was able to get some of the doors. The windows, though, the guy that was there, so they had a demo team coming in, and the demo team must send a salvager in beforehand to take what they can from the property. So they were going to pull up all of the floorboards, which is great. But these beautiful windows, he was saying, no, it's too hard. You need 3 to 4 guys to get them out. Then they crack, and this, making all these excuses. Pretty adamant that he didn't think it was a good idea to get these windows. What's interesting about that is he then got out his phone and said, but I've got these other ones. I've got these other windows that you can buy. So I really do think he didn't want to go to the effort of getting those windows out because he had other ones that he could sell me. And the owner was there at the time because we were there looking at what could be salvaged in the property, which I was prepared to pay for. And she went to the guy and she said, look, can you get them out? And he said, I'm going to have to charge you extra for that. And when he's come up with saying you can buy these windows that I've got, he disappeared. And I turned to the owner and I said, is it raining? Does it look like I've come down in the last shower? Because clearly you're going, no, that's too hard, but I've got these ones that you can buy. And so I got his details, and then later he goes, I'll call you in an hour. And then he messaged through, he sent me photos of these windows, which are lovely, but I don't want those windows. I wanted the windows in this house. And then he rings me, did you get the photos? Yes, I did. And I said, I'll just leave it with me. He's like, so very, very clearly, I think he wanted me to buy his windows, not to do those ones. So that was a few days ago. Yesterday, as we were walking past the property, you could hear the machinery, and there was the machine was going around. They had the bin there, and the machine was going around, and it was knocking the house down. It's knocking the house down. Now, at the front of the house were 2 doors, 2 of these beautiful doors leaning. They'd been taken off the property, but they were leaning inside the porch of the property. I thought that they were going to take these doors. This is behind the temp fence now, right? So this machine, the thing that knocks it down with the claw, I don't know what you call that, excavator thing. The guy's in there and it's swinging around and he's knocking this and he's grabbing the bits and he's taking it and he's putting it into the bin. And I'm just seeing that these doors are there. These doors that I would have grabbed, I thought someone else was going to grab them. And I've gone up to the fence. I'm like, hello, excuse me. Just imagine this guy on his thing. He's like, what? I said, over the noise, I said, those doors, I want to grab those doors. The owner said I could take the doors, which the owner did say. And he's like, I have to ring my head office. And so, he's continuing thing. I'm standing there and everything's going everywhere. Then this big rat comes running across, huge rat, like a big rat. That was his home, obviously, in the house somewhere. And he's running along. He went scurrying underneath. And I've rung the owner. I said, look, these doors are there. Are you okay with me to grab them? And she said, yeah, you can grab them. And she said, oh, look, I might just ring the demo company to get them. And so she's rung the demo company. I've also rung the demo company because, like, he's getting closer and closer. He's not stopping. He's demolishing more and more of this house. He was at the back and he was getting closer and closer to the front. These are sort of off to the side, but he was swinging his bucket around to get them. And I'm on the phone to the demo company, and then the owner rings me back. So I put the demo company on hold. And she says, oh, look, they're saying you can't take them for this reason, that reason. I went, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, these beautiful doors are basically just going to be thrown into the skip. That's it. They're done. Anyway, I hung up from her, and then the demo company was still on the phone. And the demo company goes, yeah, you can take them. You can actually take them. And I'm like, oh, action stations. I open the gate, go grab these doors. And I saved these doors. And so we're walking down the street with these doors, which, can I tell you, they're not light either. But I managed to save a number of the doors. And I love doing that. I love saving materials, period materials, if we can. And when I was building our garage at our house, so I got my owner builder license and I built a garage on the back of our block with a accommodation on top. Okay. When we were walking down the street, and I will say that if I spot something, I'll grab it if I can. Someone around the corner had been obviously renovating their property, and on the nature strip, they put out one of the fireplace surrounds, again from a Californian bungalow. These houses have the most stunning features. And if you've ever been in one, they have a fireplace and they have these timber surrounds that would have been in front of the fireplace, and they had taken it off and they had put it on the nature strip for somebody to take if they wanted to. And if it wasn't going to get taken, it probably would have come and been collected by the council and put into hard rubbish. So I've spotted this timber surround. So I get my husband, like, honey, we've got to go get it. Right? So it's around the corner. So we both get there and we pick this thing up, and it absolutely weighed so much. And we grab this thing, we're going along, take it back to the property. And I say to my tradies, again, who are used to me, going, I want to use this as a shelf. So in the garage that we'd built, I wanted to put it in as a shelf. So it's like this feature shelf of this beautiful 100-year-old. This is a 100-year-old timber hardwood surround for the fireplace. I wanted to use that as a shelf in my garage. So yeah, they go, yeah, okay. So they've measured it all up and got it all ready, and put it on the wall and start screwing this thing onto the wall. Now here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about the story, is that behind this wall was a bathroom. So we've added a bathroom into the garage with a shower and a shower niche. So they've attached this wall, this surround, this fireplace surround that we've rescued, and they've hung it on the wall. Looks amazing. I went, that's terrific. I went around and went into the bathroom to look at the other side. And here is this screw this long that has been screwed through the shower niche. It's gone through all the waterproofing, through the tile, sitting this much out in the shower. Walking and I go, oh, like this, going, oh my God, what have they done? And I went, I said, excuse me, you're going to have to come and have a look at that. I go, that's not supposed to be there. And they've gone, oh. So the whole thing, oh my God, they had to take the tiles off, redo it, re-waterproof it, get the screw out that had been put through in the wrong spot. It shouldn't have gone through there. It should have gone into the stud. It clearly didn't. And take this screw out, which they did, and patch it all and retile it and regrout it and have it. It's all good now. It's all good now. But this is the adventures when you're renovating and building. Goodness me. But it's interesting how when you secure something, if you put it aside, you've got to be careful because other people are going to come and grab it. And a property for one of our clients that was getting demolished, it had these beautiful chandeliers, these lights. So again, the old style, the Californian bungalow, which is very common in the area where I live. And they had their beautiful chandeliers. And I said, can I have them? And he said, yeah, no worries, you can have them. So they all got taken down, they got put aside, and because there was a number of them, I couldn't grab them all at the same time. I couldn't fit them in the car. And so a relative from this particular property of the owner lived across the road. And so I just walked them across the road and I put them on their front porch and left them there to come back and get them. These beautiful chandeliers, like big, huge chandelier things. When I come back to get them, they were gone because someone else had decided. There's inside someone's property on their porch. Someone has gone, oh, they look nice. And they had stopped and they had helped themselves. Honestly. Interesting. So they ended up not coming home with me, unfortunately. But I love old homes, and I love, if we can, saving the features. What I was able to get out of that property was there's in the hallway, the arch. I don't know what you call it, not the corbel, but the bit that it's a feature that goes across the hallway, timber. I was able to save that. In the other house that's recently got knocked down, on the other day when we were there with the owner, looking at what was there, walking through, see what doors and things were there. The same kind of thing there was, it was a feature. However, and they were going to save it, but in the time between the roof coming off the property and the temp fencing going up, which was a matter of days, just a matter of days, someone had gone in and ripped it all down. They tried to grab it and cut it, and they'd broken it all. So this feature that they were going to keep just got ruined. And that's just, it seems to be what happens. And the guy that was there said, yes, that's what happens, is as soon as the temp fence goes up, people just come in and take what they want. Yeah, I mean, it's not even your property, but they come in and they damage things and they take things. So that's the life of renovating, I suppose, that when a property is going to be demolished, things get taken. So if we can save things, I like to do that. So I've done that on a few renovations, and repurpose things. But then you got to make sure you're not going to put the screw through the back of the tiles. Yeah, interesting. So what I wanted to share, given this is our finale for season 1 this year for Property Mama Ventures in Real Estate, I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has tuned in, that has shared, that has told me how much they love the shenanigans that we share. What I was going to share is we have some pretty big things coming up in 2025. So chamberlainadvocates.com.au is the property advocacy that we run, and we are going to be bringing new advocates on to the team. So we are going to be growing Chamberlain Advocates. And one of the other things that I wanted to share that I am actually, I should say, so if you know anybody that is interested in being a buyer's advocate, send them our way. Just reach out across our various socials, or just come to the website chamberlainadvocates.com.au. We do have a join the team page on there if you want to send through your details. It might be something that's of interest. If you're a real estate agent looking for a change, basically jumping on the other side of the fence, it's different when you're helping people to buy properties versus selling homes. And I do know a lot of real estate agents do help people buy homes as part of being a selling real estate agent. Well, think about it if you actually got paid for doing that, and that was your sole purpose, that you were looking to help people buy their homes. If that's you, reach out, get in touch, we can have a conversation. The other thing that I'm very, very excited about that we are going to be launching into 2025 is we are setting up a Buyer's Agent Academy. And we are going to create a space to educate people who want to be buyer's advocates, buyer's agents. So if you are thinking about, in wherever you are, your local area, if you would love to help people buy homes but don't know where to start, we are going to create that space for you. We're going to create an education portal, and we're going to show you how to buy real estate working with clients and do it from a position of doing it with heart. The real estate industry as a whole, and the stories that I hear from buyers and how they're treated and the experiences that they have, I want to play a hand in changing the real estate industry and changing advocacy and working with buyers. Because even within the space of buyers advocacy, buyers agents, so here in Victoria, in Melbourne, in Australia, we're called buyers advocates, but in other states of Australia, it's called buyers agent, and other perhaps in the world, it's called a buyers agent. It's the same thing. Even within our industry, I hear some horror stories of what goes on, how the buyers are treated, and probably the most politically correct term I can talk about it would be it's a transaction. People are treated as transactions. It happens in the real estate industry from the selling side of things as well. And I want to show buyers and show people that wish to work with buyers how you can buy real estate with heart. And so how that process, working with somebody to buy their home, you are changing people's lives, and it should be and can be an experience where you remove all their stress, you walk side by side with them, hand in hand with them, and show them what is possible when it comes to buying a home. That you remove all of that stress for them. They rely on you. I was talking to my client yesterday, and he said that the reason that he's appointed me is he knows that I will 100% look after his interests through this process. He's very, very nervous about buying a property. He's older, and he knows that he doesn't have the time to fix it if he makes a mistake. And so he 100% trusts that I will do the right thing for him, and absolutely I will. But to have that reassurance, have a client say, I absolutely trust you. I know that you're going to do the right thing by me. You're really going to look after me. That is why I do what I do. And it's why I am creating the Buyers Agent Institute. The Chamberlain Buyers Agent Institute is what we are going to be creating and releasing in 2025. And I'm very, very excited to do that. So if you are looking to come into that space, and you do need that hand-holding and education from a heart space, to put the client's interests first, to know that you are changing their life. Because I do talk about this. It doesn't matter if it's your first home, if it's your downsize, if it's your last home before you're moving into care, or for people in the family who are having to deal with a family member that's passed away. What we do changes people's lives. And I want the industry to be changed in such a manner that it is coming from that heart space, that we are absolutely looking after our clients, and that's their best interests are what we're here to do, what we're here about. And so that's what the Academy is going to be focused on. It's going to be educating people in how we buy real estate, how we at Chamberlain Advocates do things. And I get told all the time by people how much they love what we do. And even from real estate agents tell me that they love working with me because of how I approach things. There's no shenanigans going on. I'm laughing because the whole show's been about shenanigans, and I'm not about shenanigans. I'm straight up and down. And if you meet me, you will know that. Like, what you see is what you get. And it's about the best interests of the client. And that's what the Academy will be about. So stay tuned for that in 2025. So this is our finale for season 1. I didn't really set out to do a 40 episode season, but that's where we ended up. I just decided earlier in the year, so I'll just start recording some shenanigans, and then we've done it every single week, and here we are at episode 40, and I absolutely appreciate you having been here with me on the journey. If you've missed any episodes, you can go back and listen. Obviously, they're available on your favorite streaming platform. We also have them available for you to listen on our website. It's across all of our socials. As always, please do reach out if you've got any questions or comments. Would love to hear them. Is there any particular topics you'd love me to share on a future episode of Property Mama? Please also share that with us. And as I always say, if you are liking the episodes, give us a like, give us a share, and share with all your family, friends, and colleagues. And we will be back in 2025 to share more shenanigans that have gone on in the real estate industry. And I'm sure I'll have more to share. So as always, thanks for joining me. And